And already the divine and sacred energies are present and anchored simply by the intention to serve. No longer is there great preparation to build up to make the connection with this divine energy. We are now in our point of evolution, as each individual has taken their own individual and our collective path together to walk the path of light, walk the path of compassion and unconditional love. Walk upon that path less traveled on. Walk upon the path that Jesus the Christ had said was narrow. But for those who do, for those who strive, even as you fall off and get back on, even as the noise of the world, the distractions and the distortion are ever present to draw you into the chaos of a physical, mental, and emotional world. Nonetheless, the soul pulse of those who listen, those who pay attention, of those who sense, of those that have an inner knowing that has brought them to this point, to this place, in this eternal now. There is the gateway that opens, and upon the path, as you may even stumble, the path leads to the source of your heart's desire, the source of your soul pulse. And so we come together as the children upon the earth, the children who have not forgotten, to come into this moment here now, already upon an established platform that has been built by so many, a new octave, a new platform to reach the higher horizon, the higher knowledge, the higher vision, to make the divine sacred connection, integrating into our day-to-day lives, where each and every sacred in-breath and out-breath is a prayer to the divine, walking the path of the masters, walking the path of the saints, that part of us that transcends the earthly dynamics, the distractions, the challenges, the fears and the concerns. Right now, in this eternal moment, is transcended to all of that. For right now, the Shekinah presence is powerful. And the Shekinah presence that is known as the divine presence, the Holy Spirit, it is indeed the movement of the divine. And this Shekinah presence showers this white light upon this experience now. And it is the white light that holds all the colors within and beyond this earth and this creation. It is the myriad of worlds with the myriad of colors, and with those colors, the sacred crystalline geometries and the tones. So we use now this heightened awareness of the Shekinah presence, this white light that now showers us. And we breathe intentionally, aware and engaged of how holy each and every sacred in-breath and out-breath is. And as we breathe this rarefied, sacred energy dispersed into the very oxygen we breathe into our body and the carbon monoxide that we breathe out, there's a higher chemical, geometric, and harmonic integration in each breath. For there is a great layering of the higher worlds, bringing in layer after layer, like a building, layer after layer, as we breathe in each and every holy, sacred in-breath. It becomes more grounded, anchored, intensified as it radiates and illuminates within our body, each and every cell, each and every electron that spins around our atomic and subatomic bodies. Each breath and exhalation of this white light given to us from the higher worlds of Shambhala, the higher worlds of the paradise worlds, the worlds, and in the Pistis Sophia, Jesus the Christ explains that we can now align ourselves as we walk our path with the divine Shekinah presence, the very presence of God moving in and through our lives. And as we build this platform, this layer after layer, as we do this, those layers become over time concretized, where it is a level platform that does not disintegrate, does not leave, but a firm foundation being built upon you to walk and be in your sacred and holy balance and the unshakable peace. So we breathe the sacred in-breath and out-breath. Know it is filled with the higher light worlds, gifting us this divine grace to build a platform of light from which we come from as we build brick by brick, level by level, foundation by foundation, an unshakable presence. Beloveds, unshakable that you can move through the world undeterred. It is the path of mastery. It is the path of great and sacred perfect balance, and thereby being great manifestors of great intentions, being able to bring in, anchor in a balanced way the higher resources available to you from the higher levels of which you participate. And as you walk your path, as you may stumble, as you may not see clearly, but as you strive forward, a great clearing does appear upon each epoch that you move, leading you into higher clarity, into higher wisdom, and bringing forth higher guidance. And so we breathe this white Shekinah presence. And it moves not only within our physical, mental, and emotional bodies, but it now disperses out into the world. For as the children of light, we anchor to this world because of our unconditional love. It is our unconditional love that has brought us here in this moment to be of service to this planetary being who is given so much, to bring once again the great ascension process, not only for ourselves, of which many have done this before, but the higher purpose of bringing the ascension to all life upon the earth, in all timelines, in all pathways, the past, the present, and the future, bringing in this divine singularity of purpose and mission and vision. Truly it is, as divine co-creators, beloved, that you create new worlds. And the children of light envision from this world how this world could be better, could be balanced, how this world could anchor once again the great Shalom, the higher peace. And it is in your sacred memories and in your heart's desire that you hold the answers. And know, beloveds, that as you serve, you too are served. For it is the great family of light that love and support one another. And so we come together as a pinpoint of light, that the binding of hearts and minds, the divine Shekinah presence of the white light moves throughout the surface of the earth. And all those from the great cosmic waters of many worlds begin to pay attention, observe, and support this ever-growing light of the minds and hearts of the children of light upon the earth, who have come together in the re-remembering of the cosmic story, who feel, sense, and know the divine presence when it is there, strong and anchored within them. And in this moment, we sense and feel and know our sacred alignment with the higher parts of ourselves, with the very presence of the divine, as we continue to breathe in and exhale the Shekinah presence, as it moves and continues to illuminate, radiate within our physical, mental, and emotional bodies and beyond that. We can feel, sense, and know that as we are here and our thoughts of a better world, in whichever way we can see that, sense that, and know that in those circumstances, when we've come across imbalance, that we would know what would be the balance. When we come across a disturbance, what would be that thing that prevents the disturbance? We have the answers. They're deep within us. And as we step into our roles as the divine co-creators, we bring on the Elohim energy as the Holy Spirit, the divine Shekinah, continues to emanate the white light of all colors. No longer are we bounded by parameters, but we are boundless. We tap into our eternal beingness, the omni-consciousness of oneness and wholeness, easily perceivable, understandable in this awareness of awakening consciousness. And it is in the very boundlessness of ourselves and consciousness, almost the fading away of our physical, mental, and emotional bodies. We are as mist. We cover the earth. We cover the earth with this Shekinah presence. All things are porous, and so we can move unheeded. And we move into those areas that we are aware in need of healing, in need of peace, in need of balance. And as mist, we move upon the earth, inside of the earth, and into the very atmosphere of the earth. Holding the divine, holy Shekinah presence, we are the movement of God. And so we allow ourselves to be free, uninhibited, boundless, and eternal. And as we can move out throughout the multiverse, we choose here in this moment to serve our Earth Mother and all those who are connected to her, past, present, and future. Our sacred and divine mist moves into the past. It moves upon the history and the events and timelines of the past, into generational and tribal dynamics of the past. And in any areas, whether it be the human experience or tribal experience of lineage, we move our mist in those areas of need of healing, realignment with the higher source. A mist as a great healing balm. And we move into the present. And we move the divine sacred mist into those areas of turbulence and war, fear and the gnashing of teeth. We move it into the hearts and mind of those who are suffering, of those who are ill, of those who are constricted. And we simply move into known and unknown areas upon the earth, upon life, in all the kingdoms, be it the plant, the mineral, the animal, and human. We are the movement of the divine. And in this movement of the divine, it is our co-creational powers now that brings us into an awareness of those adjustments recalibrations and realignments, to bring forth now the Shekinah presence, the white light that holds all light, all the higher geometries and the higher tones, to bring into this world the higher worlds, to bring back the great Earth Mother into her divine alignment as she ascends and all of her life. And so we continue as mist into the hearts and minds of humanity who have forgotten their great stewardship upon the earth. We move into the hearts and minds of humanity who have forgotten their higher divine nature of the great Adam Kadmon. So we move throughout humanity, touching the minds and hearts of all, moving into the governances of those who govern, into the various governments, into the various peoples of the earth, bringing in the re-remembering of the oneness of all humanity, not only of this world, but beyond this world. For we all source from the great Adam, the Adam Kadmon, the divine similitude and image. And so in this holiness and presence, we move as the divine co-creators, as the ones aligned with the Adam Kadmon, the ones in great divinity and holiness in the understanding. And as we serve now purposefully, as we are the extension of the divine Holy Spirit, Shekinah, moving through our consciousness, the presence of God in the situations and dynamics upon the earth. So we take our time and we focus, and we bring light to those areas of darkness. We bring freedom to those areas of constrictiveness. We bring warm, loving hearts to those who have closed their hearts, to those whose hearts have turned to stone. We bring the healing balm of the divine presence. We bring the divine balance and peace as we freely move throughout the earth, within the earth, above the earth, ever tethered to the higher worlds of light as the great emissaries, great ambassadors. We move in a re-remembrance of who we are as the family of light, our mission and our purpose, our abilities and our powers. We see clearly now, even as we mist in this white, energetic, the great presence of the divine holy Shekinah presence, the divine feminine, bringing in divine balancing between the polarities of divine male and divine female, distorted upon the earth. We move beyond the manipulations, the distortions, and the miscreations. We hold the divine presence once again of the holy sacred alignment of the highest source, anchored in unconditional love and bringing forth the limitless light from the higher heavens, moving through our own individual and collective chakra system, coming through the Antakanara. We hold this as we continue as mist, penetrating the sacred earth. All elements are touched. We come in again in the reigniting, the re-remembering of the original thought, the original Adam Kadmon, the divine human, bringing in that light and spark upon the earth once again, moving into the hearts and minds of men and women, the daughters and the sons of light who have forgotten. And we miss this light so strong, so bright, that all that is not of the light cannot come close, cannot penetrate, cannot distort, cannot change. We remember who we are. We hold this sacred space upon the earth for healing, for purification, for balance, and for sacred peace. We hold this for the minds and the hearts of all humans. We hold this for all the kingdoms, the animal kingdom, the plant kingdom, and the mineral kingdom. We hold it for all the elements. Bring in our sacred Earth Mother back into the higher holy sacred alignment. Breathe with intention. And as we do this, we think of the future. And we think of the golden age and how the world we would create wants to be. Free of disease and illness, distortions and miscreations. Coming into the highly alignment of the divine. And we hold that image of the ascended world. And we, as the masters have in the light, have said, to be the light to the world. To hold this light this divine presence upon this ascension path. And as we continue to feel this divine presence within us and around us, we acknowledge that it continues to be with us even as we go about our day-to-day activities, that it anchors more deeply and creates that foundation stone, that great foundation, layer after layer in our lives. That we truly can be that light and transcendent, and to open that path for others. And now, as much as we want to stay and be in this bliss, be in this expansiveness that's eternal, we know that we must return, for there is much to be done. But we return knowing the divine presence is powerful in us. The Shekinah presence has anchored, and we continue to be extensions of that as we go into the world in the days, weeks, and years to come. And so we take these few deep breaths here now with the intention to integrate and process this experience. We intend to think about it before we go to sleep, for this process to continue and unfold within us and around us. We prepare ourselves to come back, and when we do, we will be fully anchored, connected, and grounded, balanced. On the count of 3, we will be back, awake, alert, and we will be grounded. 1, 2, take a deep breath in, and 3, we are back, awake, we are alert, and we are grounded.